Greetings and salutations, beautiful souls. We have a oracle message from the unicorns, from the oracle's unicorns deck. There's construction going on next door somewhere in the building, so that's what that sound is. What do we need to know? As always, use your discernment. Listen to that whisper of your intuition. There is the difference between intuition and fantasy. Fantasy will always make you feel good, and intuition usually makes you feel kind of uncomfortable. Sanctuary. Take time out from the world. Spend more time alone. Meditate or go on retreat. That's gorgeous. Today's a full moon, too. Look at that. Oh. Figuring out what your own energy is, especially if you're sensitive like I am, where you can feel the energy of the room and loud, busy places bother you, and unless it's like of a like-minded crowd, like concerts or fests that are like of one of your interests and passions and stuff. You're finding those kinds of situations to a level that you have to have some sort of accommodation with you. But if you're sensitive and an intuitive, in general, you should figure out what your own energy is. And you got to do that by spending time truly by yourself. In that way, you can figure out who you are as well. I know that the voices in your head are pretty scary, but they're just trying to tell you something. They've been ignored and told to shut up, sit down, and fuck off. And we all can relate to that. We just want to be heard. They just want to be heard too. And a lot of the times those tapes that play in our head are from people who are from our past who are projecting onto us. So what they were actually thinking about themselves, they were just projecting onto us, and we happen to be the avatar in front of them. And if we hear something long enough, we'll believe it is truth. And so a lot of those toxic tapes that play in our head are just illusions and lies that were placed upon us as labels, and we just eventually accepted it with confirmation bias and all that shit. So the big thing to do is figuring out who you really are and find facts about yourself, because facts say fuck your feelings. And if you're able to find facts that you can step on, like I had to do it with me being a mom. When I first started being a mom, it was a terrible experience. I thought a lot of really awful things, and I had to find facts. I didn't think I was a good mom. The people in my life, especially by the biological father, he was talking about how, he just was not helping with any of the situation. So I got convinced of a lot of lies. So what I had to do was find facts to prove to my brain, because our brain is evidence-based, that I wasn't a bad mom. So I looked up the worst parents on YouTube, and it was like a 3-hour video, and it was the worst parents from all 50 states. Now I can never say I'm a bad mom. The worst I can say about myself now is, well, shit, I messed up. Don't do that again. How are we gonna fix it? And I can't go any lower than that because I have those facts to support me up. And the only way to figure out those things is spending time alone, being honest with yourself. And it hurts, it sucks, it's painful. But once you're able to dissect what the fuck's going on, then you can figure out, oh shit. You unlearn what's actually not you. Things you've been conditioned to believe, things that, through various things, society, parents, different relationships, different expectations and projections and blah, 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 blah. Finding out who your authentic self is, you have to unlearn everything that's there, or at least analyze everything that's there and then figure out what to do with it. And during that time, find things, like search around for fun things to do to add beauty into your world. Find a creative outlet of some sort. I don't give a fuck what medium. Whatever, all the mediums. I'm working on doing all the mediums. The neurodivergency helps. Quick tip. Any neurodivergent people, you have a lot of hobbies. You know that you hyper focus to the point of like you don't want to do it anymore. Find out just by long term, again, really good with pattern observation and pattern recognition, and find out when before your exhaust cutoff point is, where you're still excited about it, but you can feel it kind of winding down. Not before you're like, yeah, I'm fucking done with this shit, but just like goes up, you're still really excited about a hyper focus, but then there's a day or so, at least in my experience, where it goes down a little bit. And on that day, I'm gonna switch mediums because I don't want to get burnt out with it, because I really like it. But there's been so many things throughout life that like I've done way too much to the point it's like I have no enjoyment of this anymore, and it sucks. And I don't want to do that. So that's what I figured out to do, is figured out that cycle of my hyperfixations and going towards, having a bunch of them and rotating through them all depending on, what I want to fucking do, or what sounds exciting, or what I'm drawn to, or whatever, intuitively pulled to most of the time. Not all the time, but anyway. So yeah, that's my little tidbit so you don't like burn out on it. Still trying to find a trick with comfort foods though. Anywho, so sanctuary, yes, spending time alone. So figuring out who you are, what passions you like, what lights you up, what recharges you, with the toxic tapes in your head. If you wouldn't figure out where that came from if you can, and whoever that person is, if you wouldn't take their advice, don't take their criticism. I mean, that's kind of in general, but especially with that. So you got to find something else to replace it with. You can't just take it out for something else bad at that vibration level is going to, slip in. So you have to figure out, that's where the facts come in, at least for me. Your experience may be different, and then do like a little swap it out. So no other things can like get in that, you don't fucking want. And then it's going to take time, because you're unlearning something, and then you're learning something new, and then you're practicing it, and then it'll eventually become your norm. But there's a lot of transitional stuff during that time, and you gotta give yourself compassion, you gotta give yourself grace, you gotta allow yourself to grieve timelines lost, people lost, dreams seemingly gone or broken, and all of that. You have to grieve. You have to feel your feelings, because if you don't, they're just going to fester, and then they're going to get louder and louder, and it's going to explode, and you are going to have no fucking control over what the fuck happens, because that's just kind of what your brain does. So face yourself. Become your own safe space. So your safe space is inside, so it can come with you always. Apologize to yourself. Forgive yourself. Show yourself that you are still here for you. All the versions of you that didn't think another day would come, all the versions of you that, thought you were abandoned, would never make it another night, and all of them that got disappointed, heartbroken, abandoned, lost everything. Every time you were mean to them, every time you did something awfully terrible with especially intention to, in your mind, go back to each of them. Let them know that you're here, you're safe, y'all made it. Give them a hug. Tell them that you're sorry, and that you're proud of them, and that if they want to come with you, they can, and if they want to be released, they can be released as well. But you gotta give it love. Got to give yourself love. And it doesn't have to be like, oh my God, I love myself. Because when you do those affirmations, at least for me, it tasted like a fucking lie. But being able to go in my mind and picture little me, I can give that little girl love. I can give that little girl so much love. Same with my teenage fucking self. I can give her love too. I understand her better, especially in hindsight. The version of me now, I had fucking fuck of a time trying to figure that one out. But eventually, through giving love to all my past selves, becoming my own safe space, and doing all the things I was saying, and plus a bunch of other shit too, part of the healing journey, like, I've become my own best friend. Like, I love my alone time. I thrive in my alone time. I used to hate being alone, but I did it as a survival coping mechanism. I mean, yes, I've always been alone, really, in some way, shape, and or form. I've always had alone time. Before I craved attention and craved other people and craved this and craved that, but eventually, like, I was good with just being by myself. Like, fuck, it's great. I know I'm gonna get shit done. I know I'm gonna have a great time. I know that I'm gonna get my hobbies done. I'm gonna get what I need done. I can, whatever the fuck I plan on doing, it's gonna be uninterrupted. I'm not gonna have to deal with drama. I'm not gonna have to, I can do whatever I want to. Whatever I want to. And within reason and morals and boundaries and all that shit, of course. But, like, I can do what I want. And I don't hate myself anymore. So, I know I got me. This has been over a handful of years. A lot of pain, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of crying to myself, lots of shit. It wasn't easy, but it's worth it. Fucking worth it. When it comes to meditating is more of just observing your thoughts. It's not sitting there going, oh, if you want to do that, go for it. Not my cup of tea, but if that works for you, great. I can't sit fucking still enough for that stuff. Maybe one day, but right now, no. So, meditation is basically the act of, for me at least, I don't know, whatever. Meditation is relaxing, in some way, quieting your self and mind enough to be able to observe your thoughts. And you don't have to dissect all of them. There's a siren. You just can sometimes say, ooh, look, a thought. And that's all you have to do. Because the thoughts aren't necessarily ours. We are all connected to a consciousness grid that is, like, worldwide. And we all feed into that consciousness grid every day. Unconsciously, subconsciously, consciously, all of the consciously, all the levels and shit, we feed into it every day. And that's why the raising your vibration, being under the vibration stuff is so essential, because it's like a radio station, right? If you're tuned into a certain frequency at the radio, whatever, 0.5, and you're looking for the rock station, but you're chilling on the country station and you're bitching, why is there so much country music? It's like, well, you're not at the right vibrational frequency. You're not tuned into the right radio station. So whatever vibration you are at, which is like full of like love and like compassion, care, blah, 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 doing it for the good things, doing the good thing, doing the thing. If you're still fucking watching this, you're doing the thing, or you're a really hater. So thank you for the time and views, but no, I don't think you're a hater at all. No one else is, and I'm sorry that you're a hater. That'd be terrible, and I don't know why you hate me. That'd be anyway. Oh, I just derailed myself. Frequency. Thank you. So, radio station. So if you are on a level of chasing things and a lack mindset of everything's not enough, and you're not practicing gratitude, you're not doing the things, you're going to be at a lower frequency. So if you're wanting, waiting, pining, whatevering for something that's on a different frequency, you're not going to be able to attain that until you do the things, release, have your tower moments, release and purge and heal and do the stuff then your vibration is going to naturally rise higher. And then those things will be available and attainable to you as long as you maintain that frequency of, you know, the self-acceptance, self-love, self-care, not being a dick to yourself, to others, in the environment, just going through life authentically, following your passion, your intuition, and just doing the thing that you're authentically, intuitively supposed to be, you know, you're being led to do, with love, like intentionally. Your vibration is going to be high. The worst seed planted in the garden of love will bear better and more fruit than the best seed planted in the garden of fear. So no matter what you do, if you do it with love, you're gonna be abundant, whether it's in lessons, in excitement, in passion. Because if you're asking for abundance of stuff and you're on a vibration of lack, yes, that might be what you get. And become your own safe space. Find a passion, something that you can just zone out to and have fun with. Get to know who you are, like truly who you are, because you're beautiful and there's so much in your mind you have yet to uncover. So, I guess there's people here. Hold on. Yeah, I don't think they're leaving. That's okay. Become your own safe space. Know that you got this. I'm gonna check the bottom. Let's see. Anger. Safely express your anger. Use anger as a positive force. Honor all your emotions as sacred. Emotions are like a compass. That's so gorgeous. And when you're angry, like, anger's not a bad thing. You just gotta find a way to use it as fuel for cleaning, for art, for singing, for something. Don't do something that's gonna hurt you or others. And honor your rage. Rage is a very useful thing. Rage gets shit done. And you have to give a fuck to get so angry. Let me grab this top card. Flow. Find an easier path forward. Surrender the outcome. Release your expectations. When you're manifesting, don't manifest how it's going to look. Manifest how you want to feel. And let go of what the final result will be physically. It's like ordering something at a restaurant, right? You order it and you have faith that the waiter did their job, and that the chef is doing their job, and that you will get your order whenever it is done. Even if other tables that got there later than you get their cheeseburger first, you got some sort of fancy schmancy doohickey that's going on that takes a while to cook. But you have faith that they're working on it. You're not going to go back to the kitchen and be like, it's done, what you do, blah, 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 blah. No, you're not going to do that. Same thing as manifestations. Toss the seed and know that it's going to grow. Just take care of yourself. Go out in nature. Be honest with yourself. And stop fighting the current. Again, use it as fuel. Use these natural forces for you to help empower you, to help fuel you, to help. I don't have any other words right now. Imbue you with their sacred energy. Just know that you need you. Be your priority, not in a selfish way where you don't give a fuck about other people, but especially like, you know, family, kids, all that shit. But you can't take the best care of those around you and those you love and those your family and the things and people and whatever you're responsible for if you are not your best self. Just start small. Start 30 seconds every day. Go high fives with yourself gently in the mirror. I cried first time I did that. High fives are positive things. You don't high five things you don't like. So it starts rewiring your brain. Know that you got you. I know this is painful. I know it's hard, but you're not alone. You're not alone. Thank you for your time. Go drink some water. Have a snack. Go do something fun. Like, like, go draw with chalk, or play with bubbles, or like clay, or go watch a movie. I started my morning watching Kim Possible. It was awesome. Go swing on a swing. Go do something fun. Bring out your inner child. Jump rope. I don't know if I do. My hips can handle it anymore, but give it a shot. You're a beautiful soul. You're wonderful. And just because you can't see how awesome you are doesn't make it any less true. You're awesome as fuck. Butterfly can't see its wings. The sunset is gorgeous, just as Christmas lights reflected in the snow while it's snowing are, or is. All different types of beauty. True beauty radiates from inside, and you eventually see it on the flesh. Move in love. Don't fight those intuitive pulls. That's what it means by surrender. Doesn't mean let life take you for a motherfucking ride. Surrender the outcomes of how it's gonna look. Surrender how physically things will look. Because from what is in our head to what is reality, the bigger the chasm between the two, the larger the disappointment. As an artist, that's a lesson I've had to learn. What will be, will be. What's yours will never miss you. So sometimes you just gotta get past the stupid dumb shits, and you gotta pass the tests, and you gotta learn a bunch of shit. So learn the shit, ingrain it, or integrate it, excuse me. Evolve, level up, move forward. You're a powerful, powerful beast. You're here for a reason. You might not know that reason, but eventually you will. Maybe your reason is just to exist and become your best self, to enjoy life to its healthiest and fullest, to discover who and what you can become. I'll talk to you later. Take care of yourself. Have a wonderful